Alright folks, so today I'm going to do my first cleaning on the Higer backpack filter, this little guy here. I noticed that the flow wasn't coming out as good, so time to check it and clean it. And as you can see, I pulled the one piece off. Look at that, pretty dirty. And if you look in here, you should be able to see, yeah, it's pretty dirty. So let's get to cleaning it. So first of all, we're just going to pull out the filters. You can see it's pretty slimy. Oh, and somehow or another I got some of the flotilla balls down in here. How am I going to do this? Let me dump some of this crap out. Let me pause for a second because I got to get something to get the little flotilla balls out of there. Alrighty, I got a trusty little net that I use. I don't know if it's going to get, oh, there's two of them. I don't want to lose these things down in the sink. So I still got one in here. There we go. Got him. Got him. Now let's get all the balls out of this piece so I don't lose them. Well, there's still a few stuck down in there, but I'll get them in a minute. All I'm doing is kind of just sticking them in here so they don't roll away. I know you can't see what I'm doing. That's all good. Alrighty, so let's take this piece off. So this whole housing comes apart. So you literally just unscrew it. Should be all done. Yep. And then once you get that, so you can see you got some dirtage down in here, but we'll clean that in just a little bit. Let's get the rest of these flotilla balls out of here. There we go. Nope, there's still one left in there. And more balls there. Put the balls right here. There we go. So as you can see, it all comes apart pretty easily. Get the filters out of the way. And let's just clean this stuff up first. And actually, let me go get my little brushy thing and we'll clean it. So, got my little brushy thing here. And now we can just clean the inside of this screen. Pretty good. Alright, so the screen is clean. Now let's do the inside of this chamber. So, like I say, I use this little brush. Let's get down in here and do some cleaning. Get all this stuff cleaned out best you can. So that's pretty good. We got that part cleaned up pretty good. And we'll just set that to the side for now. And let's clean up this piece. And once again, use a little brush. You can clean down inside here. Oh, it popped apart. I didn't know that. So. clean that really good. And then the little spiral deal, this is what gets the balls to spinning. You just take a little brush, clean it out real good. Alrighty, so what we can do here is, I'm not sure, I think it goes the other way, yeah, it's got to go the other way. So you have a big hole and a small hole, so the big hole's got to go to the top, so it sits in there, right? Alrighty, so we got that done. Let me clean my screen here real quick. And now let's do the case. Let's clean this case up real good. As you can see, this case, it's pretty filthy in here, so let's get it cleaned up. And like this, you can take this baby right in here like so. And I think if I take this and go open with it, open it all the way, I think I can go straight through, I think. Nope. Maybe this way is straight through. No. Well, I guess you can't go. Shoot. So, let me get down in here with the towel and clean the bottom of it out best I can. And there you go with that. So let's put this thing all back together. So let me back this camera up a little bit so we can put it back together and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So we'll back up a little bit more. Kind of show you what we're doing. So basically we have the metal screen that goes in here like so. So you got to push that metal screen. There's a little lip in there, so you push that down in there so it's in there good. Now we can just slap this baby together, right? Push it down, and then we can just screw. Screw the bottom back on. Make sure it's tight. Okay, we got that there. Then we've got our little bally things. We're just going to throw them in there. I'm going to put them on the side. So we get them all in there like so. And I didn't clean the little balls off. So I put the little balls in there, you can see. They're in there. And then you have the top piece, right? The top piece just slides down like so. And then screw the top on. So there you go. That side piece is all put together. So now let's do the actual filter part because it is ready to be cleaned. So let's take a look at the actual filters. So pop them apart, just like so, like so, and you can see these puppies are pretty filthy. So if you remember in my previous video when I did the initial setup on these, I did my own type of filtration in here, not what came with it. I'm using sponges. I'm a big fan of sponges. And I use a coarse, a medium, and a fine. All I do is just clean them out. Okay, you just brush this stuff off. I got slow. That one's cleaned up. Just shove the sponge in there. So that's the coarse, and then this is the medium. We just put these, whoops. Got to pay attention to curves. Those two together, and then you have the fine. Alright folks, so this is just regular old filter floss. I just cut me a piece, and all we're going to do is shove it down in here like so, and put this thing back together. Point is, make sure this goes to the top, and make sure your curve is to the curve, and snap this baby together, and there, that thing's ready to rock and roll. So now we're just going to slide this piece back in there, like so. And that is pretty much it for the cleaning of it. And then the only thing left to do is to put the top back on it, like so. And so my little pieces popped off here. Let me back up just a little bit so you can see what happened here. So my, they came off. So I gotta pop these babies back on, I guess. That's one. And the other. So, literally, just, and that's it. We're gonna put her back in service. So bear with me. I'm going to go put this thing back on the tank, and then we'll show it after it's done. So one thing I do want to show you that I didn't do right when I first did the initial setup of this. So you have to prime the canister. Well, what I did originally is I had the intake tube hooked up and totally closed off. Well, that doesn't really work because it won't let the air out. So you have to prime it with nothing connected so it'll fill up properly. And then after that, you'll be fine. So that was my fault on my initial evaluation of this particular filter. Anyway, let's pause here for a minute. Let me get it all primed up and set up, and then I'll show you the flow again. It's purging the air out. But you can see we now got good flow again, and we're up and running. So one of the things I've noticed now that I've done my first cleaning on this is these balls, when you have a real clean filter, these balls really spin, but when it gets plugged up, you barely see these balls spinning, or they just don't spin anymore. So if you own one of these, keep an eye on them balls, and that'll give you an indication if your filter's plugging up. That's a helpful tip from Scotty.